Each of our divisions are very heavily regulated. The governments on the local, state, and federal level have a very significant impact on our rights and just how far we can go with collective bargaining in the workplace. Being an active participant in community affairs is the only way in today's world that labor unions are going to get any kind of justice. It's just not to be had at the bargaining table for the last 10, 15 years.
The State Conference program is where we gather TWU members together in a state or a geographic region to determine what we can do together politically and legislatively. You have common issues that come only from being citizens of the same place.
You have California,
Nevada, Arizona,
Illinois, Indiana.
you have Texas,
Florida,
Georgia, Tennessee,
Pennsylvania,
Ohio, Michigan,
New York, and New Jersey. It's such a strong internal organizing tool for the TWU, for the members across division lines and across class and craft.
I've seen for the first time leaders from each division sit in one room and discuss their different issues that they face.
Local issues that we may have in Los Angeles might be relevant to the issues they have here, Sacramento.
A local 571 and 572, American Airlines, their bankruptcy issues, their integration issues with US Air.
We all have issues with what employers want to take away, what we want to maintain.
What's happening in San Francisco on the Muni line affects us in the airline industry.
They got to know a lot of their TWU peers and realize that we're all in this fight together.
One of the benefits of these conferences is the effect that we can have on who gets elected to office.
We talk about who we're going to endorse, vote on who we're going to recommend COPE money be given to.
We're using the state conference structure for the state conferences to be the ones to request COPE donations to the candidates where they work and live that they have interviewed and voted to endorse.
We need to support candidates that are supporting us.
One of our assembly persons is Tom Amiano. He is now on the Transportation Committee and an avid rider of public transit. If you can strike that common chord, I think it goes a long way in trying to either enact legislation or gain support for your cause.
Our fight is not going unheard. We are getting some things changed.
The American Airlines was trying to terminate our pensions. And with the state conference chairs, we were able to go out and lobby not only on the federal level but the state level as well to have the pensions frozen, not terminated. And that was a big deal for us.
California State Conference had a big hand in helping defeat Proposition 32, which was a huge union-busting bill. The state conferences will drive where we go, what we do, and who we invest in.
People feel totally disattached from government, and I think labor unions are an integral part to close that gap and bring government and people together.
Our lobby days is really a grassroots movement.
41 busloads of TWU Local 100 members and activists are in Albany here with us today.
We go as a group to lobby, to visit those state legislators, senators. In California we call them assemblymen.
To be able to go and just talk to your candidate and see his or her face.
We focus lobbying on issues that affect our members, where they live and work.
We're out here to inform congressmen, senators on the FAA reauthorization bill.
I'm always amazed and awed that we have the right to come into our lap of democracy here and be able to do this. And that you can walk up and down the halls of Congress or of the Senate and talk to these elected officials.
Having our members who live in those districts, who live in those communities, who are actually voters, that's where the impact comes in.
Because of lobby days, we've been successful in killing bills right on the Senate floor that would otherwise have hurt us overall.
COPE is an acronym that stands for the Committee on Political Education. We have to elect people at every level of office that will protect and honor and respect collective bargaining agreements.
We need people who are actually elected to be in there arguing our points. And COPE is a way in which we can develop those relationships.
COPE is one of those entities that we have to have because the labor movement is being swallowed up by big business. And who better to have on your side than someone that's going to be up on Capitol Hill fighting for us every day.
We're at the COPE conference in DC.
We've been having big group sessions for the last 2 days.
And then we go out on the Hill and talk to congressmen, congresswomen, and senators about things that would help our members.
Today we were fortunate enough to meet with Senator Bill Nelson, a great space advocate for 20 years now. We had some great meetings with him. Fantastic discussion about the future of the Space Center.
I wanted to bring transit division leadership into Washington, D.C.
to get transit funding passed.
Who better to do it than people that are out there working, doing the job in the transit?
I really appreciate our international asking us to come down and speak on everyone's behalf. It's very important, and it's nice to voice your opinion in person instead of on the phone or by email.
Our team felt that if we took the time to actually have conversations with the members about why the COPE contribution matters and give them a voice in where that contribution goes, it's much more valuable in the long run, and people stay engaged and they want to contribute.
This is America.
And it was built by these.
On assembly lines. On factory floors.
In airplanes.
And on railroads.
America is our labor and our pride.
We put this country together, piece
by piece.
And there are some who are trying to pull it apart.
Outsourcing our jobs.
Gambling our retirement.
Denying us our health care.
These hands are strong.
These hands are many.
These hands will be ready.
To vote.
To vote.
Para votar.
To vote.
To vote.
The November 2012 elections brought the entire state conference program full circle.
TWU Local 234 has been canvassing for the last 5 weeks, every Saturday. Canvassing is going into particular neighborhoods and knock on their doors and ask them if they're registered to vote and who are they likely to vote for.
The door knocking, the flyer distribution, the phone banking, that is invaluable.
Local 100 has been coming down for just about the last 3 weeks. We felt that we needed to get on a bus, come down here, do some door knocking, put a little bit of New York muscle behind what's going on down here in Pennsylvania.
And guess what? We had some victories. And now we have some good friends that pick up the phone when we call.
Our fight can be won in the localities where the elections are held, and that's why it's important for our members to be involved.